While I was back in school on reserve status, Vietnam was breaking, and I kind of missed the kind of people that I've been working with. I missed doing some different things. There's an adrenaline rush jumping out of airplanes. You don't need drugs if you can jump out of airplanes. Just. But I also I miss the trust and confidence of the people that are around you. And I thought, I'm going to go back to that. And so I joined Advanced ROTC and got a commission through ROTC and went to regular Army because that guaranteed Ranger School and infantry and went back in. What they're doing these days with ROTC is a much, much better program. And the cadets learn far, far more than I was ever given. Because of my prior service experience with the SF and so on, ROTC was an enjoyable experience, a nice pastime, and plus it was one of the 3 part-time jobs I had. So I got a little stipend for that in the Advanced ROTC. Ranger School is a significant emotional event. The psychological preparation is every bit as important as the physical preparation. And you got to get your feet in shape. You got to be able to do the PT test to get through the preliminaries and so on. But more importantly, you got to get your mindset and focus on that. And Ranger School teaches you a lot of things. Small unit leadership, patrolling techniques, all that's true. The biggest value of Ranger School is what it teaches you about yourself. Because you'll be so deprived of the normal human creature comforts that we're used to. The stress levels take you down to your bare bones, what you really, really are. And in many cases, you're not that good a person. There are aspects of all of us that we like to keep hidden and suppressed and so on. You learn about yourself to a degree that no other environment can do it. SEALs do the same thing in Hell Week. Army does it with Ranger School. The Air Force does it with the PJ course. It puts such a load on you. Most of us are comfortable with about a 25% stress level. And we think we're tired and working hard. There are some cases where you can get up to about 50%, and then you're really pushing it, so on. There are some professional athletes that can get to about 85%, maybe 90%. Psychologically and physically, they can do that, but they have to build up and ramp up and prepare for it. I would say that some of the special courses in the military, there are things there where routinely you're working 50% and you ramp up to 75 to 80% and more.
Did you have some memorable instructors from Ranger School?
Had some very good ones and had some very hard ones, and most of the time I was too damn tired to know. My Ranger buddy was a non-qualified Ranger instructor. And so as an NCO there at the Fort Benning Ranger Camp, he was on the queue to get to Ranger School. So Sergeant Ben Marsh and I linked up as Ranger buddies during the first phase of Ranger School. A wonderful man. And he was in his mid-30s, combat experienced. And what I saw was a 34-year-old man. The first couple of weeks in Ranger School are really hard, physically. And he was our student platoon sergeant. And so for the first week or so, I took care of Ben. Because he was he was beat, but he also had things to do with as a platoon sergeant, because we had a lot of people that were dropping out and moving and so on. But then they made me a student company commander, and Ben started taking care of me. And what I found was the longer I was in Ranger School, the more broken down I got, the more tired I got. And by the time we graduated, I was a tired puppy dog. But Ben Marsh and I were emotionally extremely close for the rest of our lives. And when I got to Vietnam, he's one of the first guys I met. And I had no idea. It's a small world.